The American Civil War, fought from 1861 to 1865, was a pivotal moment in the history of the United States. It was a conflict that arose from deep tensions and conflicts between the northern and southern states over issues such as slavery, states' rights, and economic interests. The road to secession and the eventual outbreak of the Civil War was a complex and multifaceted process, shaped by political, economic, and social factors. One of the key factors that led to the outbreak of the Civil War was the issue of slavery. The northern and southern states held starkly different views on slavery, with the North largely opposing it and the South advocating for it. The southern states saw slavery as a crucial component of their economy and culture, and they believed that the federal government had no right to interfere with it. The North, on the other hand, saw slavery as a moral evil and believed that it should be abolished. The tensions over slavery reached a boiling point in the 1850s with the passage of the Fugitive Slave Act, which required the return of runaway slaves to their owners, and the Kansas-Nebraska Act, which allowed new territories to decide whether they wanted to allow slavery or not. Another factor that contributed to the road to secession was the question of states' rights. The southern states believed that the federal government had overstepped its bounds and was encroaching on their rights as states. They believed that the Constitution gave them the right to secede from the Union if they felt their rights were being violated. The North, on the other hand, believed in a strong central government and saw secession as a threat to the unity of the nation. The tensions between the North and South over states' rights reached a boiling point with the election of Abraham Lincoln in 1860, who was seen as an opponent of Southern interests. The road to secession in the outbreak of the Civil War was also shaped by economic interests and sectionalism. The North and South had developed distinct economic systems, with the North focused on manufacturing and the South on agriculture, particularly cotton. The North believed that the South was unfairly benefiting from its access to the markets of the North and West, while the South felt that the North was imposing tariffs that hurt its economy. The tensions between the North and South over economic interests further exacerbated the already deep political and social divides. The American Civil War was one of the most devastating wars in American history, and its causes and consequences are still studied and debated today. The conflict resulted in the deaths of hundreds of thousands of soldiers and civilians and left deep scars on the nation. The war also had far-reaching consequences, including the abolition of slavery, the restructuring of the Southern economy, and the strengthening of the federal government. The Civil War remains a seminal moment in American history, and its legacy continues to shape the nation today. In conclusion, the road to secession and the outbreak of the American Civil War was a complex and multifaceted process, shaped by political, economic, and social factors. The tensions over slavery, states' rights, and economic interests created deep divisions between the northern and southern states, leading to the eventual outbreak of the Civil War. The American Civil War was a devastating conflict with far-reaching consequences, including the abolition of slavery and the restructuring of the Southern economy, and its legacy continues to shape the nation today.